Hey everyone, my name is Jimmy Soroka, and can you get the flash? Ooh, that's okay. That's okay. It's good. Um, so I'm coming on every day on Facebook, and more than likely, Facebook will be the last place people hang out. But I have some plans for Facebook, and so I'd like to get a little FaceTime with you here. If you're watching on the replay, I'm just going to leave 2 questions there for you. You could either answer them in the comments while we're live. You can answer them in the comments after live stream. You can DM me the answers if you please. Any questions you have, part of the curation of these is questions that have been asked and people are asking. And then on top of that, will be, where's it going? Give me a second, I have to think. I don't remember, because I don't want to do questions, but we're going to do the 2 questions first, and I'm going to tell you about my day. So that's just how it's going to go. Real quick. So, Kate, where am I? Right here? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay. So 2 questions. Can you actually shut the flash off? Because I can't look down at the paper then. I used to stare at the camera, and I would stare into a flash for hours. Don't ask me how I did. What were you saying? Do the questions. I don't have to do the questions. But I said I'm going to do the questions, so I stick to what I say. I keep my commitments. So, question 1. Did you have an Easter egg hunt at home if you have kids instead of going to one because of quarantine? So, did you have an Easter egg hunt for Easter this year if you celebrate Easter? The preference was to not talk about religious stuff, but I'm good. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. I read the paper. I'm stressed out. It's not your fault. Like, at all. It's cool. Okay? Alright. So that's 1. Dos. Do you like Peeps or Reese's peanut butter eggs better? So take your pick. Reese's Cups, Reese's peanut butter eggs, or Peeps. Which one do you like better? Leave down in the comments. Leave a DM. Answer live if there's anybody live. And Facebook. I already have a plan for Facebook. I'm not going to share it because oftentimes I share my plans and then other people sabotage them. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you when it comes. So those are the questions. Here's the awesome part of the day. I totally had an emotional bomb today. So I just wasn't good. Katie, I treated Katie well. Guys, this doesn't have to be a conversation anymore. I know it might be difficult to believe that Katie is being treated like a queen. It's how it is. It's not an accident. It's not some epiphany that's going to last a couple of weeks. It's not some scare. So now I'm like, oh God, I have to treat her well. And it's also not due to anything other than finally being separated from the most controlling people in my environment. I was walking on eggshells with everybody, and I'm finally moving on and getting better. I am the guy that treats every woman like a queen and loves them very well, whether I'm making love, which I've only done with Kate, and I don't know what the future holds, but when I have sex, I make love. Period. Number 1. Number 2 is the way that I treat a woman is very sweet. Now, my track record hasn't been perfect with that. The women that were closer to me, it was usually more difficult, right? Now the switch is flipped, and I realize that I can treat everyone well, and I'm perfectly okay. That makes life fun. Really fun, and really good. Gratitude, level 100, never retracting from that. What I'm proud of for today, is that I had a really rough day emotionally today, and it just got triggered by the realization that I'm still kind of controlled by a couple of people, and they don't necessarily want to have control over my life anymore, but, because they had control before, and things have gone the way that they have, that to a degree they still do. And so they're trying to scoop me out from underneath them without looking bad, and I don't blame them for that. I appreciate it. And we're talking about people online. Just to be clear, we're talking about internet people. So thank you to those people who are simply just realizing the mistakes they made with me. I realized the mistakes I made with them, and we're all moving on. And I'm slowly getting out from, they're taking their foot off my neck, like voluntarily. And I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to be grateful, and I'm going to move on with my life. So it's really good. But today was a struggle emotionally, and it came to a point where someone I know offered to buy me Wendy's. And I fought with myself, and eventually I said yes to it. And he said, okay, well, my app isn't working. I'll send over the money. And they sent over a couple of bucks, and instead of using it for Wendy's. Now, I told them this. I said, okay, well, can I use it for groceries instead? I'm very proud of myself because I'm realizing that I was a drug addict in every way, or in so many ways, except for drugs, whether it was running to food, whether it was running to people, whether it was running to the internet, or attention, or pride, or sugar, or caffeine. I had so many drugs, emotionally and psychologically, and I'm finally working through all those and getting off of them. And it was just, I just recommend that no matter who you are, don't convince yourself that just because you're not doing, that you're not drinking alcohol or doing drugs that you can't become an addict, because there are so many sexual addictions as well. There's so many addictions that the brain can do to itself, and you don't even need a physical drug. So everyone's so fighting over weed and fighting over other drugs. I'm looking at myself and saying, how did this happen? So I was so busy looking outward, I didn't notice what happened inside of me. So I'm getting better, and instead of buying Wendy's, I decided to save that money for groceries, and I'm very proud of myself. And we're getting organic groceries, and we're eating a raw diet to a degree. Not raw meat from the store, I promise, but as far as my health goes, I think I might have an eating disorder, because I think just because I have so much stress and trauma that I just can't stop eating no matter what I do, and my appetite is never satisfied. I'll just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and I don't even, I'm always hungry. And it's like my belly doesn't get full. So, we're changing our diet. Now, thankfully, Caitlin doesn't require all that much nourishment to be completely fulfilled. So, she's not a cheap date, though. Don't mark me on that. She loves good stuff, and that's part of what I like her, is that she appreciates the finer things. But getting those, getting that organic food, but also getting just like fruits and vegetables and very simple things. Maybe not even meat, because meat is not only expensive, but it seems like I want more of it, and I don't know why. Same with a lot of carbs. Like, I just want more, and I don't know why. But I'm going to have to figure out protein. I'm still figuring this out, guys. I'm still trying to figure out what to do. And there's a lot of people who are going to say, well, go to a nutritionist or go to the doctor. You need a psychiatrist, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, I know me, and I've healed myself through so much of this. And with the support and help of others, I've been able to conquer so many of my own internal battles. And I know that this is only the next one. And I know that I'm going to be okay, and that I am okay. And I'm getting better every day. So thank you for supporting me. And, please recognize that this is not a battle. As in society, it's the fight against COVID-19. It's the fight against drugs. The war on this, the war on that. Everyone is fighting, wants to go to war. And yet we say we're seeking peace. And, I can't be the one to judge how that's done. I'm not exactly an advocate. I'm not exactly an example of what peace looks like. But what I can say is I have a lot of peace in my heart. It's my mind sometimes that has the trouble. And I know the heart is a metaphor for the mind, but, my soul is at peace. It's just my mind that I have to get a lot of that war out of it, because I've kind of been taught to be at war with myself. and I'm getting that out of me. I don't have to be at war with myself. I don't have to be at war with others. There's no need for it in my life. I think whatever role that I play is going to be much more peaceful than that, because we all have different temperaments and personalities, and I have been in like opposite town for the past couple years of my life in living completely ingenuine to who I am on accident and being completely delusional to the fact that it was happening. So I made it through. I didn't get Wendy's. Right, that right? Just it might seem like I'm talking in circles. I'm not. I'm getting bored. Like, please recognize I'm getting through the conversation, or I'm getting through the talk. I'm no longer talking in circles. It is new. It may be some stuff from the past, but it's new stuff. Right? I'm working through and getting forward. And then tonight, there could be different temptations that I could give into. Now, not speaking on religious anything, just there's different addictions that I've had that I could embrace, and I'm not. And the only thing is food. 100% fail in that department. Just not it's anyone's business, but if you pray, please pray for me. If you support me, please advocate for me, and just send me a DM and support. Let me know, like, hey, I know what this is like, what you're going through. If you don't know what it's like, let me know that you're just there, that I know you're there. If you need somebody to be there, I will say right now I'm not that person. And that's me trying to set a good example for people to say, hey, my DMs are always open here if you need to talk. But at the same time, I'm finally realizing when I'm going through so much, I can't always be there for somebody else. And that's so important that you tell yourself that too, is that sometimes when you have too much on your plate, maybe it's better not to put anything extra on unless you have to. Sometimes when it's family, we don't have a choice. And that's completely understandable. Or people that we love, right? So do as you please, but my imposition of what I think you should do is only because I care about you. So I apologize if that offends you, but I will learn to care about you more well and with less imposition. So that's me. That's where I'm at. It was a terrible but great day. It was a great day because the sun's shining and there was rain. It was so beautiful. Kate and I spent a good day together. There was a lot of good content that went out today. A lot of people enjoyed the broadcasts and the different content. But at the same time, it was a very difficult day for me personally because I sorted through a lot that had gone on. I'm beginning to finally calm down and process a lot of what has happened to me. And it's very, very difficult to face the idea that it even happened. So I'm getting there. Thanks for listening and have a good night.